To what extent are Mike Wolf's ratings on American Pickers declining? Hello everyone, my name is Alana B. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Up since the series dismissed Frank Fritz, Mike Wolf, star of American Pickers, has seen his successful reality TV show steadily lose viewers. Since the show's inception, the previous season had the lowest ratings. Many fans have remained disinterested since Frank's passing. Some supporters believe the end is near because this season's ratings are much lower than those of the previous one. This is how Mike Wolf's ratings have declined this season. Mike Wolf hoped that American Pickers' ratings will begin to rise once more this season, but that's not what actually occurred. For show viewers, Mike's reconciliation with Frank Fritz prior to his passing might have been too little, too late. More than ever are tuned out. The episode that aired on December 18 had the best ratings of the current season, but just 760,000 viewers were represented by those figures. The previous week, 676,000 people watched. On the December 4 program, there were just 584,000. 623,000 people watched the show on November 27. Although these figures are concerning, the situation was far worse before then. The show's season ratings peaked on October 20, with a mere 442,000 viewers. Mike Wolf debuted the Do-It-Yourself DeLorean during that week. Only 463,000 people watched the season's second episode, Wolfman vs. the Automations. Even compared to previous season, which was historically low, this is lower. Last season, only 723,000 people watched the premiere, while 832,000 saw the final. With 966,000 viewers, the February 28, 2024 show was the most popular. Despite the poor numbers, it appears like the History Channel intends to continue airing American Pickers with Mike Wolf. Prior to this season, Mike inked a new contract that will see him remaining for a few more seasons. To begin working on the upcoming season, the club even intends to travel in February. As the ratings continue to decline, Mike Wolf too appears to be living in denial. He claimed that the support of the supporters had blessed him. We have been able to share tales and highlight the history, characters, and locations that continue to unite us all over the past 15 years. Traveling makes me fall in love with America over and again. A nobody or a place that is nowhere does not exist. Let's look for and discover common ground now more than ever. 2025, according to the U.S. Sun, we got this. Despite his optimism, American Pickers' January 1 program saw a decline in viewership. In the episode where he discovered a historic suit worn by Hank Williams, only 595,000 viewers tuned in. How do you feel about the decline in American Pickers' viewership? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. It was once the undisputed king of treasure hunting TV, an iconic reality show where collectors like Mike Wolf scoured the country in search of hidden gems and valuable antiques. But the once red-hot ratings for American Pickers have begun to cool off, and now fans are asking, how bad is it really? Is Mike Wolf's empire falling apart? Can the show survive without the same star power it had in its heyday? The answers may surprise you, as ratings for the show have plummeted faster than the price of an antique lamp at a yard sale. When American Pickers first debuted back in 2010, it was an immediate success, attracting millions of viewers eager to see Mike Wolf and Frank Fritz unearth hidden treasures in dusty barns and forgotten storage units. The show had it all: drama, suspense, quirky personalities, and of course, valuable finds that made it an addicting watch. But in recent years, things have taken a dramatic turn for the worse. According to Nielsen ratings, American Pickers has seen a major decline in viewership. What was once a show that drew millions of fans per episode has now been relegated to a shadow of its former self. While American Pickers used to comfortably sit at the top of the ratings pile, it now struggles to attract a fraction of the audience it once did. In fact, the numbers are downright startling. Last year, the show saw a 25% drop in viewership compared to previous seasons, and the downward trend has continued to accelerate. What's even more concerning is that, despite airing new episodes, the ratings continue to slide. Well, when American Pickers season 2024 premiere aired, it garnered just 1.4 million viewers. Compare that to the show's peak back in 2012, where episodes regularly drew 5 million viewers, and it's clear that something is deeply wrong. To understand why the ratings are falling, we have to look at the elephant in the room: Mike Wolf's recent struggles with the show's direction and cast changes. For years, American Pickers has been driven by the undeniable chemistry between Mike Wolf and his co-host, Frank Fritz. However, after a highly publicized fallout with Fritz, the show has not been the same. Frank Fritz, who was a fan favorite and a key part of the dynamic that made American Pickers so popular, was unceremoniously removed from the show in 2020. His departure sent shockwaves through the fan base, but it wasn't just the fans that noticed the absence. Many viewers began to tune out because of the strained chemistry between Mike Wolf and his new co-hosts. Even more troubling for the show's future, some fans have speculated that the on-screen tension between Mike Wolf and his replacement, American Pickers newcomer Robbie Wolf, Mike's brother, has contributed to the drop in viewership. While Robbie's presence was initially a surprise to many, his inability to connect with the audience the same way Frank did has led many to believe that the magic is simply gone. With all the behind-the-scenes drama and cast shakeups, it's no surprise that longtime fans of American Pickers are beginning to lose interest. The change in dynamic has led many viewers to feel that the show has lost its original charm, which was largely driven by the friendship and witty banter between Mike Wolf and Frank Fritz. In the age of social media, it's easy for fans to voice their displeasure, and many have done just that. On Twitter, Reddit, and various forums, fans have voiced their frustrations with the show's new direction. A common theme in many of these discussions is the feeling that American Pickers has become too scripted, or that the magic of the pick has been replaced by manufactured drama and unrealistic storylines. In fact, some fans have even called for a complete reboot of the show, with many suggesting that American Pickers would benefit from a return to its roots, bringing back some of the original charm and maybe even Frank Fritz. It's no secret that Mike Wolf has always been the face of the show. His passion for picking and his affable personality were part of what made the show so captivating to viewers. But could his own persona be contributing to the falling ratings? Some fans have argued that Mike Wolf's on-screen persona has become too self-absorbed, and many have begun to question whether his focus on running the show and expanding his personal brand, he's involved in several business ventures, is taking a toll on his relationship with viewers. What once seemed like a genuine love for antiques and history is now being scrutinized as more of a business endeavor. With Mike Wolf appearing less and less like the passionate collector that viewers initially fell in love with, it's possible that the magic has begun to fade. Despite the sharp ratings decline, American Pickers is far from being canceled. The show still has a loyal, albeit smaller, following. And with the rise of streaming platforms, there's always the potential for the show to regain its footing. However, it's clear that the show's producers will need to make some significant changes if they hope to reverse the trend. The return of Frank Fritz to the show, even in a guest role, would likely excite fans and boost ratings. The chemistry between Mike and Frank was the heartbeat of American Pickers, and there's no denying that the fans miss that dynamic. Another possible solution could involve revamping the show's format, perhaps by focusing more on the picking and less on the scripted elements that have plagued recent seasons. Ultimately, Mike Wolf's future on American Pickers may depend on how quickly the show's producers can adapt to the shifting interests of the audience. With ratings continuing to plummet, it's clear that American Pickers will need a makeover sooner rather than later. The once mighty American Pickers is in trouble. With ratings falling and fans losing interest, Mike Wolf's future on the show is uncertain. But one thing is for sure. If American Pickers can't rediscover the magic that made it so popular, it may soon be just another relic of reality TV's past. Will Mike Wolf be able to reclaim the throne as the king of pickers, or will his show be buried in the annals of forgotten TV history? The clock is ticking, and only time will tell if the show can rise from the ashes, or if the treasure hunt is truly over. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, American Pickers 24, and stay with us.